First Facebook Live of the season, William Rousseau, the Rouyn-Noranda Husky Memorial Cup champion, President Cup, Gilles Courteau Cup champion, William Rousseau. Welcome to the first official Facebook Live of the season. How are you, my friend?
I'm pretty good. How about you, Alex?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Just like you, the summer was a little bit short, but no complaint. We love our job and we love hockey, and I consider myself really lucky to keep an eye on you guys and watch you play all the time. What was your summer like? Did you train a lot? Did you take a little bit of rest? Because, like I said, like your summer and my summer, it was pretty short. So, what was your summer like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, getting to the end to the Memorial Cup, it has an impact of the summer, like training summer. So for development, it's not the best for a player.
Mhm.
But I managed to take a bit like 2 weeks off, then get back to the gym right away. Then afterwards, I think about 3 weeks, started playing just only games in a little league over there in the summer in Quebec, and then afterwards started a bit more practicing two times, 3 times per week. Then just continue the gym. So it passed pretty quick. I was in Rouyn-Noranda, like I think mid August. So yeah, it
Oh
passed.
wow. So real short summer, real short summer. So, and how did you learn that you were going to Rouyn-Noranda? And what was your reaction when you said after the Memorial Cup when they told you that you would go to Rouen?
It was actually at the exit meeting that received the big news, and was pretty excited to go over there and have another chance to, I think, win it all. I think we have a good roster this year. We just need a bit of more chemistry with the guys, everything. We have a bit of rough start for the first two games, but I mean, it's the beginning of the season. And I think with a couple of guys coming in, our captain's going to come in soon. So I think it's going to help us get our season started.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that pretty soon. Did you experience the Chimoras yet, or have you stayed disciplined, or did you go take maybe a hot dog or maybe a poutine right? Because the Chimoras is right in front of the arena, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's a little poutine store just in front of the arena, so it's kind of hard not getting a cheap meal in. But yeah, I think the boys and the organization quite been a good job, like treating the boys well and getting ourselves a little meal plan. So we gonna get to go there before school and take our lunch.
Yeah, okay. And how was the adaptation in Rouen? Obviously, you've been most of your career in Quebec, a big city, like one of the biggest in the CHL, and you get in Rouen. It's a really smaller city. It's an awesome city, but it's a smaller city. How goes the adaptation over there?
Of course, it's a small community. I mean, the people over there bleed Huskies, so
Oh, they are.
that's the fun part. Like I go like to a store, there's always a little husky thing in there. I go to Tim Hortons, even there's some donuts huskies. I didn't take them because it's not good for my shape, but I want to really try them. But yeah, just at the opening game too, I felt like the fans were really with us, and the crowd was in it. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year.
Oh, they are passionate fans for sure in Hawaii. I remember a couple of years ago when they went all the way at the Memorial Cup. Uh, I mean, this the Videotron Center last year was very very loud, but in Hawaii a couple of years ago, I remember going in the final and the sound was so loud because it's smaller arena and the crowd was going absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy. So I think you're gonna love it out there because the fans are really really passionate, and the like just like you said, the city breeds and live Huskies, and I think you're gonna love it there.
Yeah, that's right. And I heard there's a that season of hunting that's happening right now. So
Are you a
the,
hunter?
no, I'm not a hunter, but it's impact a bit that there's like so many hunters that it's like the attendance for the games are a bit lower. But I feel like after that hunting season, gonna have a that barn pack, and it's gonna be fun.
The last couple of years you had the natural rivalry against Chicoutimi or against Rimouski, but are you ready for the rivalry against Val d'Or? Because the fans are really in it. Are you ready to play Val d'Or day in day out and get the rivalry going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's already on. I think Valdor did a good job beating us, right? The first two games, but yeah, for sure we gotta find a way to bounce back for that because it's a big rivalry. The 117 route that gets
Exactly.
ourselves. We call it the 117 war.
Rivalry. Yeah.
So yeah, we got to do a better job for sure, like coming in ready for those games and playing intense.
Playing with a new team, obviously, it's a lot of change. But there's a couple teammates that you know already. Does it help to have like former teammates with you? And maybe did you have other teammates that you knew from other when you were younger, or maybe other team or past teams?
I mean, yeah, for sure. With Jeremy Langlois, that's now at his NHL camp. But I started a bit with them here, and we like sort of got into the new team at the same time. But I feel like it's important to not being with the guys you know too much and like getting to know the other guys
Got
because
it.
the chemistry for a winning team it's the most important thing. And I think as a 20-year-old, as a leader role, you got to be like have the trust of everyone, and you got to like know you a bit more. So I feel like it's important to like go and see the younger guys a bit and just tell you who you are.
We'll come back on that for sure. But you've won everything. I mean, the Rampart season last season was absolutely um, crazy, historic. I mean, it's phenomenal what you guys did. How's your motivation right now? Because Rouyn-Noranda for the CHL was the first team preseason anyway. They were your considerate favorite. So how does it feel to be back in that position again?
It's I mean it's a privilege to have that pressure, honestly, and we got to find a way to manage that pressure because I think for the younger guys on the roster, it's a bit a new thing, and we got to find a way to use that pressure to a bit motivate us. So yeah, I've been working with that pressure a long time ago, like about 2 years with Quebec now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how to manage it, but I still feel like I can get a bit more into that next game that we'll play because like we got a good team, and I feel like going back to back, it's something I don't know if it's been done as a goalie or as a player I know, but as a goalie I'm not really sure, but it's something I would like for sure.
All right, awesome. Let's go back to Memory Lane now. And I think it's going to be fun memories, and maybe you don't really realize it yet, but you guys have made history last year. And I want to come back to the final. You have that goal late in the third. I think it was Zachary Lheureux who got
Yeah,
got the
like
goal in
it
right
tipped
here.
on my player. Front player was like kind of a lucky goal because I
Yeah,
followed him quite well.
that goal.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind when Zach put the puck behind you right there late in the third?
Oh, for sure. I wanted to stay in the present moment because I feel like there was still time on the board, and I have confidence for the players like to get another one to tie it. But yeah, for sure, it's hard on the mental because you think about that 7 game that can happen, and everything can happen in Quebec with all the fans. So yeah, it was a bit rough getting that goal in, but I had confidence that the guys would not give up, and like the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean you have to stay in the moment, but I mean we were all there. Like I was right next to the rink, and we were ready to go back in Quebec, and then suddenly. You have the tying goal. What goes through your mind when you see the guys right after that get a goal and get you guys back in the game?
But it was a huge goal by Kasim, nice shot. So yeah, it's been game on. Like it's tie game, 6 match. I mean, anything can happen. So just say like I'm gonna stop everything. The guy's gonna do the rest, and we did it so many times in overtime. Like just getting that goal in. Like I think about Rimouski one time and 2 times in Gatineau. So yeah, I was just hoping that the guys will bond.
And then just a couple of minutes later, crazy scenario. I mean, it's a movie scenario for sure. You have Cassim again. He gets the puck to Pierre-Olivier Roy, who puts it in the net, scores maybe the most important goal of his life so far. What's your reaction in the net when you see that? Because you don't want to get too much excited, I guess. But I mean, you're right there. So how do you deal with all the emotion?
No, that's right. You said it right. Like you can't go in that mode where you're too excited because you're gonna overhyped and then like something bad's gonna happen. So I mean, on that play, what a move by Cassim that passed that puck to Peo, and the celebration too of Peo. I think it's quite incredible, and his smile on his face, and I love it. But yeah, afterwards, like that play, that shot that just happened, yeah, that was kind of a hard save to do because I needed to be composed and just track that puck well, knowing that if I stop, then we win that Gilles Courteau Cup. So it was quite a special moment for sure.
How does it feel being a QMJHL champion? I mean, like I said, you guys are so young, maybe you don't realize it, but you've been part of hockey history. Like you're going to go down as a serious champion. We will remember you forever. So how does it feel seeing that footage? And I'm sure you've watched it a lot so far, but how does it feel watching it again?
It's quite incredible. I didn't really watch it quite well
Oh,
in
you
the
did.
summer, but yeah, just thinking that we all gonna have our name in the Quebec Rempart on that legendary cup of the QMJHL. I think it's something quite special. So yeah, it's incredible how we did it, how we bonded. And then we had still the memorable cup coming in, and I think the response we did was quite well for that tournament too.
I'll get our fans a little bit behind the scene because I was on the plane flying back with you guys,
That's right.
and we don't usually talk about those stuff, but now we will. It's funny because after the win, it almost felt in the plane like you guys lost. You were in a mission. I mean, how do you explain that? Okay, you win, like you're gonna have a party for sure, but I mean, you guys were ready to go at the Memorial Cup and win that cup. There was no way out for it, right? Talk to me about the mood right after, because I felt like you guys were in a mission.
Of course, like Pat in the room after in Halifax after the win, he came into the room and he said like a big motivational speech, and he just said at the end like something like our mission's not over, like we know what we want, and it was the goal for 2 years even. So we really knew what that goal was, and we just felt like winning that Gilles Courteau Cup was another step to our goal. So it wasn't our final goal. So when we got onto the plane, we left everything into the room, all the energy, all the happiness, and we just focused in. We used a bit that confidence that we have that we just won our league. We brought it a bit with us, but all the rest we just left it into the room and then took the plane over there to the west and just perform.
And then you go to the Memorial Cup. What was the moment when you guys got there? Because I said you were in a mission, but were you guys nervous? You didn't seem to me like you were nervous. But get us through the emotion after the wins and getting back right there in action, right next to the Gilles Courteau Cup championship, and then you have to get focused again and play. So get us through the mood of the team there.
Yeah, I think honestly we were in that mode that nothing could bother us. Everybody was bonded, was ready for that tournament, and their focus level was quite good. We just felt that in the hotel on the practice sheet when we practice, and we for me I just felt like the guys were on a real good mission, and we knew like a couple guys was their last game as junior player. So I think knowing that it helped a lot. Saying, okay, it's my last push. I'll treat my body well. I'll do everything to prepare myself for that game. And yeah, first game went pretty well. Lots of goals. So it was a good opening over there. and yeah, the rest we went to the finals directly. Then I don't know if yeah, maybe you want to talk about it. And
Oh, we will, we
yeah,
will,
that's
and
right.
I'm happy to do it with you because I'm sure it's good memories for you for sure. But let's go to like the two first game where I mean you were awesome. Two of the best teams in the country, and you get the win. And for you especially, like people were talking about maybe on Peterborough give you a day off. But why did you decide to go in the net? I mean, it's so late in the season. You could have taken a day off, but you said no. I want to live that to the max, I guess.
Uh, I think Patrick based himself a bit on, I think it was batters when they won. I think it's back in 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
No, it was 18 just before
18.
Rouen. Yeah.
That's right. So based on that, the goalie that was playing, I have what was his name? Fitzpatrick that was
Oh
playing
yeah.
for batters. So he played all the games. So Patrick, after the game, Seattle, he just said to me, like, how my body felt if I needed to go in. At first, I wasn't quite sure, but after I slept on it, I said, okay, yeah, why not? I'll just go in there. And honestly, I was supposed to do half a game, and
Oh
then
okay.
I don't know, it went well. It was going well, and like I got a bad bounce for that last goal, fourth goal. So just Pat said, "All right, it's enough." He just called me and get me to rest up on the bench, and I think it was perfect move. So it kept me a bit of momentum here for that final. So yeah, that was a great move.
Yeah, because what we have to say is that at this point you were already qualified for the final, so there was no meaning whatsoever to this game. For you, at least, guys. For Peter, it was a different thing, but for you, there was no meaning. So you get to the final, and there was all this build up, especially for you. Wait. There you go. Because I mean, maybe it's a media thing, and maybe for you it doesn't mean anything. But there was that goaltender Melic who played for Team Canada. You were obviously invited for Team Canada. Didn't make the last cut, but you were invited to the last camp, and you have Milic in front of you, and you beat him not only once but twice. Does it make any difference to have Milic in front of you, or for you it was pass? And I mean, it doesn't matter which the goalie, who was the goalie on the other side of the ice.
But I think in the press conference or the media that I did, I think I said that yes, there was an impact and getting to like beat Milic, who it's nothing personal, but I felt like I wanted to be on the Team Canada roster, and but I don't know. I talked to my coach, stepped on it, and then at the end I say, God, I got nothing to prove here. I mean, uh, at the end of the day, I just want to stop that puck, and it's just me against that puck. So it's not me against Milic, it's not me against Seattle, it's not me against nobody. It's me against that puck. I don't want that biscuit to get in. So I just took that in my head and then focused on that puck, and the rest it followed.
Would you ever have imagined that the final would be I wouldn't say that easy, but you would beat Seattle by a big margin.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there was a lot of Team Canada player in that team, and it was they were the favorite from the get go. And were you surprised of how it went in the final?
I knew the guys, like when I was in the room before the game, how we prepared ourselves, how we warmed up, how we practiced the day before. I just knew the guys were on it, and we were on a real good mission. The guys, the chemistry that we had at that group was quite special, and I think like nothing can break us. So knowing that lots of players was their last game, I think it just helped, and getting some good results and play good. Like honestly, I can't see a not a better way that we play that game, because defensively we're sharp, didn't have lots of scoring chance. I had like a couple good shots, needed to make the save, and then offensively, the guys were really, really sharp. So we were sharp everywhere.
Maybe a quick word on Malatesta, who's been MVP of the playoff in the Q and MVP of the Memorial Cup. I mean, talk to me about that guy. He's not the biggest one, but God, he was a gamer in those playoff, and I mean, he was good all season long. It was even considered. Patrick said at the beginning, I think it was at Christmas, said that he should be invited to the Team Canada training camp. So I mean, Malatesta prove him right in some way because he was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that guy got his big dog in him, and when the moment comes, even the season, he had a great season, and then coming into the playoff where the stakes are bigger, like some players just shine. I think of Kasim Gadet, who still shine a bit in the playoff, and James just reacted quite well with that pressure. And again, it comes to that pressure, getting that privilege to live that pressure and then to embrace it, and then just getting on the ice and use that to fuel yourself. I think James is one of the, because it's really a mental game too. I mean, you got to want it more than your opposite team. So I think that player does a quite a good job, and it showed into lots of goals that he scored.
And how is it to close a season with that picture, but with a shutout for a goaltender? I mean, it's a perfect night. What do you want? What do you want more? I mean, how when you think about that game and the results, and you look at that picture, what comes to your mind?
I think it wasn't perfect. I think the McDonald's afterwards was perfect, but no. Besides of the jokes, yeah, it's just living that moment with that team, with that trophy, with the staff that is behind us, our parents that was in front of us. It's quite an incredible feeling. And as a junior player, there's not many player that have the chance to live that, and it's
Right.
really a privilege to be able to live it for yourself and then see the experience that you take out of it.
And when you look at the picture, are you telling yourself, "Man, I need another one with the Rouyn jersey"? Is
Oh,
that is
that's for sure. I mean, the feeling that I had, I want it every day. So just knowing that it's gonna be a long time till we get there. Yeah, we got a long road. We, we we got a bond. We got some good chemistry in, and yeah, I think that can happen again for us this year.
All right, a couple things before I'll let you go, and we go to the French interviews. We just announced the Patrick Roy Trophy for the best goaltender. Obviously, you've been coached by Patrick Roy. How does it feel, and how do you react knowing that there's a trophy to his name after your former coach?
I mean, his impact in the hockey community in Quebec too. I mean, it's quite incredible. He's probably one of the few that's done it all as a player, as a coach, and now getting a bit rewarded with that trophy. It's quite a remarkable note for him. I think what he had with his end of his career as a coaching staff, as a coach. I mean, it's quite the one of the perfect endings. So I'm really glad for him, and like this year, it's like quite good to see if I could maybe like win that trophy or do something with it. Because yeah, I got really a good respect for Patrick. He's been a hell of a coach for me. So just winning that trophy with his name is quite would be quite nice.
Yeah, I'm sure Patrick would be delighted to give you the first Patrick Roy award since you guys won together. And I have a maybe kind of weird question for you guys, but I mean, you're young. Maybe you've seen some tape of Patrick, but are you guys aware of how big he is in hockey? I mean, for you, obviously it's Coach Patrick, but I mean, the guy is a legend, one of the biggest winners, maybe one of the clutchest guy in hockey history. Like, are you aware of that? Were you curious sometime to go see what the old coach did in the NHL?
Yeah, we got always those clips on YouTube or either social media that weekend. So that's the beauty of our world right now. So
Yeah.
just yeah, I saw a couple of clips of Patrick, and he's a winner born. He's a born winner. Like a bit you said, like I said, the mental side of the game, when it comes to clutch that game, the pressure and use that pressure, I think he's the best to do it. So just knowing that, and then being coached by him, saying all good, like some good things about me, I think it really did a good thing on me is to improve my game.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is it harder to be in the net when you know like there's a goaltender legend um right behind your bench basically? So is it something you think about, or like is it harder, or for you is business as usual because it's been like this like your whole career? I mean, you started with Patrick.
Yeah, I started my 17 year with Patrick, but I always saw Patrick uh, as my coach, not as a hockey legend.
Got
When
it.
we are out of the rink, out of business, he was the hockey legends he were, and like just thoughting me some good old stories that he had, and afterwards, yeah, it was quite special just playing for him, and then knowing that was quite good for sure.
Quick question on you on your former teammates, Conte Miller. He has been drafted by the Montreal Canadian. How does it feel to see a former teammate being drafted? I mean, did you guys get along? I mean, you've won together. Obviously, you did most of the job in the net, but he was there, and he actually went in the Memorial Cup too. So how do you react seeing that he was drafted by the Montreal Canadian?
Yeah, honestly, I felt so good for him because all he did really a hard work this season, just getting ready. Even if he wasn't playing, he was always ready. He was like a bit of tiger in his cage, so he was like always ready. So if was something happened with me or anything, the players or something, he was ready to jump in. So I really admired that attitude that he had. His work ethic was great, and he actually I had the chance to see him perform a bit last week in the rookie tournament in Buffalo. And I think he did well. So it's all for him. So he's doing quite a good job.
And talking about you in NHL camp, you've been invited to the Bruins rookie camp. How was the experience, and how did you like it?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, being invited by a original 16, where my grandfather actually Bobby Rousseau played them, so it's quite special for sure. We started a bit with physical test over there and then little practice. Then we were off to Buffalo already. First game I played, we played Pittsburgh, and yeah, of course, I mean the shots are heavier, they're faster, the releases, the speed of the game. But I think I did a pretty good job adjusting myself and just getting my body in front of that puck and making those saves. So yeah, I really love the experience. Have some good feedback by the coaching staff over there, and yeah, I just loved it.
Obviously, you're undrafted right now, but do you feel confident that maybe you could sign a contract soon enough? Do you have insight? Maybe you don't have to tell us everything, but you have insight that teams could be interested by you because you've been actually pretty good in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's my job to do. It's my part on me. So I just gotta every night. Like you never know who's watching out there. It could be in a practice, could be in a game for sure. Just getting your 100% out there, and just even if there's a goal, just never give up and perform, compete as hard as you can. I think that what the scouts are looking for is a bit those keys. Of course, you got to stop the puck at the end of the day. So yeah, just I got a job to do, and I got the this year to do it, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, wish you the best for sure. And last thing before we get to the French interview, I want to talk about this because maybe people don't know about it, but you have a pilot license. Where does it come from? And do you still fly? Do you like it? I mean, how did you how did you get a pilot license?
Yeah, that video was actually quite funny because I did that interview when I started my junior career, so I was 17 years old. So I'm a bit quite young, a bit of
Yeah.
freckles in my face, but yeah, that passion came when I was really young. When I did a little flight to Europe, was to Geneva, I believe, with no, actually it was Paris with Air France and Airbus 340. So it was that big old plane with there were still like cigarettes. I don't know how to call them in English, but those cigarettes that you can smoke in the plane. So I just love the feeling of being at the airport, being like all the space rules that are out there, the weather, how it works, everything. So I've been doing that. It's my fourth year that I'm doing it. I got my private license and I'm working towards my commercial license right now.
Awesome.
So I gotta get my 2 hour flight time bit up. Right now I'm at like 130, so I got like 70 hours to do. So Rouyn-Noranda, there's a nice school that is offered by Proper Aviation over there. So I got my flight instructor, and we got three Cessnas, some quite old planes, the 1973, I think. So it's kind of old planes, but just they're fun to fly. So I just love it.
Awesome. Well, is there anything you're not good at? Uh, Memorial Cup champion, Gilles Cortot Cup champions.
I'm not good at golf. That's it.
No, you're not good at golf.
No, my dad said actually to golf course, but I never. I mean, when I was younger, I was in tournaments and was quite good, but more getting some hockey in the way in the summer, so it's quite hard getting that golf.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. You play so late hockey that you don't have time to practice because you win and you go all the way, and then the summer is so short. You don't have
That's
time
right.
to play golf.
I don't know what golf is anymore.
Yeah. William, thank you very much. Wish you all the best in Rouyn-Noranda. And if you're listening in French or you're a French listener, but well, you know that we'll go on the QMJHL French page on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll meet you there for the French interview. William, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex.